Hello, welcome back to Usual Paddy. I'm here with Martin.
Hello.
And I'm here with Jamie.
Yo.
Again. Today we're doing things a little differently.
Yeah.
We have the Vin Easel board with some current topics on there. And the guys are we're gonna go around, pick some, and then discuss these topics. Some are, I think they're all kind of like what's currently in the news. Some might just be a little bit old, but
Or what have been in the news recently.
yeah, it's new, yeah. Let me just get my tablet on so I can find the links in case I need them. Who wants to go first?
I'll let Pastry Bollocks pick.
Jamie, pick a topic on the Vin Easel.
Thank you very much, Monkey Scrotum. Right, simply because I want to know what it's about, I'm going to go with Rob Knott.
Rob Knott. Let me find the link. So, come on, load.
Don't worry, take your time.
Shut up. So, this is a story about a high-tech robot from Russia that was like at this this big press ordeal kind of thing, and it's only like sometime later when people are like reviewing pictures of it and stuff like that it turns out to just be a man in a robot costume.
You're kidding
and
me.
They fooled a load of people into thinking it was a robot. They said it can dance, it's got like some sick moves and stuff like that, but it just turns out to be a person in a costume.
And they did that now rather than wait until April 1st.
Well, yeah, but then it'll be obvious, won't it?
Well, yeah, I suppose.
So, let's see. A high-tech robot shown on Russian state television has turned out to be a man in a suit. They say that he's got some good dance moves. Even though, why make the robot do so many unnecessary movements? But then, even like robot kids' toys, they just dance, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
And there is a picture of the man in the suit getting suited up.
Oh my.
Does he have a helmet, or is that literally...
No, he has a helmet as well.
Okay, that would have kind of given it away.
Yeah, but like people were noticing because like between... You could like sometimes see the neckline when it was like moving its head around. That's when people like really started looking into it. So that's just a man in a suit. So the costume cost $3,000.
It's about
It's
right.
quite an intricate costume. And yeah, it was just a fake thing.
So what did the Russians say when they were found out then?
I don't know. They're probably dead now.
Yeah.
So robots themselves. This segues us onto a topic of robots, on how you think robotics are going, because there's some quite scary things happening in the world of robotics.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've got like the Honda one that can like run up and down stairs until it fell
Asimov.
over and it couldn't get over.
Is it
Asimov?
Asimov.
That's it.
Then you've got like, is it Boston Dynamics?
Oh, they are.
Where they've got robots that
That's
open
Skynet.
doors.
That is just Skynet.
Oh, the four-legged thing that
Yeah.
opens the door. Yeah, that one. I was
Like-
going to mention that.
You got people trying to kick it over, but it can like balance itself so it doesn't fall over.
Well, I saw one where it was trying to open the door and the person was pulling the door shut and it was pulling back and it actually looked really aggressive. I thought, that's Skynet happening right there.
But with the one that opened doors, the only thing I can think of a way of fooling it, if they like run amok,
Put the door handle upside
turn
down.
your door handles
Like
the
you
other
do with
way,
dogs.
because they know to turn it down. But will they think to like turn it upwards?
Depends
and
if they're
open?
learning computers or not.
Well, but that's something. But you can't run upstairs because they'll go upstairs. We'll all have to learn parkour and like live on the rooftops. Well, I mean, where do you think? I mean, even so, if they had like Boston Dynamics kind of like robotics that they do, and then you have some of them really freaky looking sex dolls, them robotic sex dolls, and merge the two.
You'd have
Imagine
a centaur
how
then, wouldn't you?
Terrifying.
Just a bit, yeah.
Well, all the Boston Dynamics are all like four-legged.
I'm not saying
so
like get the four-legged ones and stick a head on it.
You just have
with
an
a
erotic
woman with a-
centaur, is what you're saying.
Well, each to their own.
Yeah.
But if they made like, well, say like Honda then, with
Asimov.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like kind of a sex robot that follows you to bed, which is kind of weird. What if they just like start wronging and mock with you if you haven't cleaned it out properly?
See, that's just wrong.
The whole idea of these robots are wrong.
If science fiction has taught us anything, it's that robotics is going to be the end of us. I mean, on one side, you've got machines that learn and think for themselves. You get Skynet, Terminators, killing machines. But then on the other end, you've got robots that are bound by Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. The first one, of course, being
Does
do
he
not harm
have
a
the
human.
3 rules of robotics?
Who?
That's the thing is they never will,
Asimov.
though.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was talking about Isaac Asimov, the guy who invented the 3 laws of robotics.
Yeah, that's the whole point is they never
forget
will,
about
because
that.
all you
iRobot.
have to do is just not program them in.
But no, what I was saying is you've got the Terminator robots, Skynet, a free thinking computer that doesn't have these rules. But then, if you think iRobot, you've got robots that do have these rules, but their understanding of the rules allows them to get around it, which is what happens with that Vicky AI in iRobot. So either way, humanity's screwed.
Did you know the Terminator films aren't about robots?
It's about time travel.
Well, they're cyborgs, aren't
Well,
they?
no. The theory is that it's not going to be robots that kill us. It's because robots don't make sense, whereas digital and virtual reality and artificial intelligence does. The Terminator films, if you look at it, it's always about the AI. Because even when they have
Yeah, but
Skynet,
when we're talking about Terminator robots, we're
oh,
saying
yeah.
the word
Yes,
robots are branching the
they
AI.
have the physical. They have the physical robots, but the scary part is you can kill the physical robots. They do kill. Yes, it's difficult.
The AI still stands.
Yeah, but the AI, they wipe out where Skynet's supposed to be, but it doesn't happen because Skynet isn't a place
No,
like that.
it's called Apple. And every time a robot sets off to kill you, it has to stop and update for an hour.
That's the only good thing. I would be quite happy to allow Apple to develop Skynet because the I Terminator or the I-1000 would come along. It would try to shoot me, but then it would realise that its hand wasn't compatible with a non-Apple firearm, so I'll be fine. You know, it hadn't downloaded, or even because there was a newer model. Basically, Apple had sent an update which slowed it down, so I just outran it.
That like the person that sent it off after you would have to go and collect it, but first they'd have to go and buy a charger for it because it didn't come with it.
So basically, we're all right with Skynet as long as it's run by Apple.
So long as it's an Apple product, we're fine.
Oh, could you imagine just all the Terminators coming in with like Steve Jobs polo necks on?
What if Microsoft did it?
We'd be screwed. We would be dead.
You just have loads of little floating paper clips going, "Can I help you?" I have a knife.
Like, if you managed to kill one, would it be like the old Windows XP shutdown? We'll go, da-na-na-na.
I would hope so. I would really hope so.
Oh, that would be beautiful. That'd be awesome.
So you'll have a digital face and it'll just be that paperclip.
And every time they receive like download info, it just goes ding.
Oh, good times. Right, Martin, is it your turn? Pick something on the old board.
January the 4th.
January the 4th. So, this is a national holiday in America. We'll do a few of these over the time because they're always quite interesting.
Hang on.
Today, being the 4th of January, is National Spaghetti Day. So,
Okay then.
Rock and roll, man.
how do you like yours?
Do
Do you like a carbonara? Do you like a tomato sauce?
Bolognese.
Do you like it with just butter?
It's
What?
Pronounce the G.
Oh yeah.
It's a silent G.
It's not.
It's not. It's Bolognese. The G.
The G is not silent in Bolognese.
I am going to finish this
it?
honey jack.
Stop calling it Bolognese.
That is what it's called. The
It's
G is
not.
not silent.
Not even a true Yorkshireman will call it Bolognese.
I'm not a true Yorkshireman.
He's a bloody southerner. He's foreigner, is this one?
And he
Screw
still
you.
can't say it properly.
Oh, I'm so gonna look this up. I
Like
swear.
how many like Italian gangster films have you seen? It's like, hey, give me some Bolognese.
I'll be honest and say I haven't seen any Italian gangster films.
Oh, like how
Shouldn't let you have that because you're evil.
how different would like
right
Goodfellas or The
Yeah.
Godfather be? How less serious could you take it if they started calling it Bolognese?
Maybe that's how all the gang wars start. It's just a mispronunciation of the.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to mispronunciation annoyances, there's nothing worse than people who say ibuprofen or ibuprofen instead of ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen. That
Yeah.
was a good one. And that was a doctor that told me that one.
Oh no!
See, at work, I sell a really risky product.
Go on.
It's called Niger seed.
Oh.
I can already tell that's going to be
There's
good.
different ways of spelling it. The normal one is like Niger. So, I mean, we get some elderly customers which will call it at the name that we're not going to say on here.
But that certain
And
groups
then-
would find offensive.
Yes. But then I have one customer, one elderly woman that comes in for it. Whenever she asks for it, she calls it ninja seed.
Ninja seed. I love
That's
that.
the greatest thing I've ever heard, and I always look forward to that woman coming in just so I can hear her say, "Have you got any of that ninja seed?" But yeah, you have to be very careful how you say that. But you just get some people that are just like, just don't care. They go, "Have you got any of that seed?" Like, yes, it's over here, and it's called ninja seed.
Do you actually put that voice on?
Unfortunately, I had to grab my testes to do. Martin is slowly sliding his way across the carpet
Oh,
to
he
try and
spilled.
reach a towel.
I can't reach.
Oh, are you moving wires?
Marble grip.
Oh. Quick, he's sort of not listening.
No, he's got him back on now.
Yeah, because when he takes it off, he can't hear us talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what you said? Don't be that guy.
Dude, I was born that guy.
So, Martin, how do you like your spaghetti?
Cooked.
Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah.
Mine cooked.
Bolognese, mince. There you go.
Sometimes in the night in a bit of salt water. Get that bit of salt from the pasta once it's cooked. Like it with the tomato sauce and a lot of cheese on it.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
See, I don't use salt. I boil it in water with veg stock. I always find that's the best way.
Is there a bell going off
Yes,
somewhere?
there is.
Is that your phone?
It is, yes.
Do you want to not? Do you want to turn that off?
I can't. It's a set thing every hour.
Even if you turn the volume down?
Yeah, the volume's off.
Turn the phone off.
It doesn't sound like the volume's off.
Unfortunately, that supersedes the volume. It'll be gone in a second.
Don't
Are you
worry,
sure?
we can wait
It's,
for
it's
you.
gone. It was just chiming how many hours it is. What are we on, 9 o'clock now?
Why do you
I
have
mean, you
that?
didn't count.
Because it helps at work, trust me.
Why not just do it like they do in Edinburgh and just have one that goes off at 1 o'clock and that's it?
Why can't you just have one bong and then 9 o'clock?
Because I'm not guaranteed to hear that while I'm working.
Yet you'd hear 9 bongs.
I'd hear enough bongs to get my attention and look at what time it is.
Could you not get a watch?
What's the point in having all the bongs if you're not going to count them to see what time it is?
Because if I hear them, I do count them.
Why
Can we
don't
just carry on?
Get a watch like mine.
This disruption is going far on longer than the bells did.
You started it.
Bell ends.
Yeah.
So, are you done with spaghetti?
Well, no. Spaghetti, mince, spaghetti sauce. In fact, actually, no, you don't even have to use.
So you're going on about the bolognese.
You don't have to use bolognese sauce. All you have to do is have like mince, like chopped tomatoes, that passata stuff, and then
Passata's good. It's like a healthy alternative because it doesn't have all the salt and sugars that like
yeah, sort of
other famous brands that rhyme with
mix it in a couple of peppers and that, you know.
Demicio.
You what?
I'm just trying not to product place here
Oh, fair enough.
for a change. Dolmio. We'll just call it as it is.
Yeah.
Davicio.
What about Lloyd Grossman's?
They're quite nice. Martin, your hairdryer's taken off down the street.
I'd say that was not my phone.
No, it's some other annoying twat.
That's what I might do. I'm going to sell the bike I've got and I'm going to get a little 50cc just so I can get a really, really obnoxious race exhaust and just like rev it around town in the middle of the night.
I can still hear it.
You'll be able to hear that for years.
I don't want to.
Yeah. But as I was saying, I like
yes.
to do my spaghetti boiled in water, but instead of salt, I use veg stock.
I never thought of using water.
I'm going to slap you in a minute.
Yeah, keep it in the pan dry and let the flames cook it.
It's something my mum taught me, veg stock. Gives it a nice little flavour so it's not bland.
Yeah, I mean, you get like a
You just
discreet flavour.
Reinvented like the bachelor super noodle. That's essentially what that is. Spaghetti
Italian
with gravy
super
on it.
noodle is what it is. Get that quick cooked pasta.
But I do the same with rice and all other pasta as well. A bit of veg stock in, it stops the rice or pasta from tasting bland. It has a bit
You know
of
what
flavour
else
to
is?
it.
Adding a sauce to it.
Well, yeah, obviously the sauce as well, but like if you do spaghetti bolognese or
Oh, we said it.
or a curry with rice or pasta in the sauce with rice or pasta, whatever, sometimes the pasta's not always going to be covered in sauce, is it?
If we are pronouncing bolognese wrong, do let us know.
And I'll disagree with you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's bolognese, but
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
It just doesn't sound right. Bolognese.
On a random note, did you know that rice is a high-risk food?
It is if it's not cooked properly as well.
yeah, because of the fungal spores on it.
Well, it's not even specifically because it's cooked properly. The problem is that the fungal spores that can be potentially on it aren't killed at 100 degrees where water boils. So you would have to, technically, you're supposed to rinse it first, then boil it.
Well,
You are
see,
meant to rinse.
I
rice.
boil it.
You not rinse it first.
No, I boil it, and then from the pan I pour it into the colander, and then pour boiling water over that to wash the starch and all that.
Oh,
off it.
yeah, but you
So
still...
that's rinsing it after I've boiled it.
Yeah, but you're supposed to rinse it before you boiled it to get rid of the spores so they're not, like, stuck in there, because the rice goes all squishy.
That's it, 'cause it absorbs the water.
Pour the boiling water.
No, the
to
boiling water
wash the
afterwards
starch
isn't...
away.
Yeah, that's for the starch, not for the spores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spory.
I haven't died yet.
Well, neither have I, but, you know, it's just an interesting piece of information I picked up once.
Still can't get over bolognese. Do you like go to Scorby and go, oh, we're in Scalby?
No, I've always called it Scorby.
Well, you know.
I saw a
Do you go
brilliant...
to Russup and go, oh, we're in Russwap?
No.
Do you know what...
We're Hitby.
There was a
I'm
brilliant...
going to hit you in a minute.
Since when do you spell hit with a w?
I was being funny. You know,
Whenever you
I'm
go
the only
to-
one here who is. You two are
Whenever
just
you
being
go
mocking.
to we're Hitby.
I'm going to hit you in a minute.
Yeah, whatever.
I would say I'll throw my drink at you, but I wouldn't want to waste quality drink.
Oh, don't. I've had enough people spilling the drinks. It's my turn next. Right, next topic. Jamie, you're
Oh, are you not picking any then?
No, I wrote them. I'll let you guys.
All right, I'm going to have to question the other one that I didn't know. Dead yet?
Dead yet? This is an interesting one. Let me click the link. Let this link load.
How do you represent a loading bar on an audio format?
File, loading.
You should have a sound like...
File,
blip, blip,
loading.
blip, 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 blip.
No. So, police race to man's home to find him screaming, "Why don't you die?"
Oh, yes, I know this one.
So this is a story of. Let me read it.
It was in Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah, police, obviously. Police rushed to a home in Western Australia amid reports a man was repeatedly screaming, "Why don't you die?" to find he was actually shouting at a spider. Wanneroo police sent several officers to the home in Perth after concerned passerby reported man screaming and a toddler crying to find that the man was just shouting at the spider. Don't know if the spider's alright.
No, it's dead.
Oh.
There was the article I read about it. It actually said police were relieved to find that nobody was harmed apart from the aforementioned spider.
Alright, it says here, no injuries cited in brackets except to the spider.
There you go, yeah.
No further police involvement required. So, I mean, you'd have to be, like, terrified of spiders.
Well, they are in Australia.
Yeah, but you'd think they'd be used to it.
They might not be native to Australia. They might be, they might have come from here. You know, where people
No,
are
I
scared
mean,
of spiders like that.
They might be like Jamie, where they're foreign.
They are actual Australians.
Northern Ninety.
But yeah, I mean, when I've listened to like the Aussie Man Reviews podcast, they did this one about like dangerous animals in Australia, and if they've come like across it, as he was talking to his mate, and he's like, "Oh, what about redbacks?" He's like, "Oh yeah, they're in the garden all the time. Just dump one, just leave them to it."
Yeah.
But I mean, you get some big spiders down there, like the huntsman spiders, and
those things are pretty huge.
Maybe, I mean, we don't know what kind of spider it was.
Yeah, they've been surprisingly mum on that.
It's probably like mushed into pieces on the bottom of a shoe or something.
Poor thing.
But it must have put up a fight if he's screaming at it like, "Why won't you die?"
It'll have been running and it'll have like taken some glancing hits.
I just have like this imagining of man like swatting it with a spider, and then the spider's like lifting the shoe back.
Swatting it with a spider?
With a shoe, sorry.
Here's your brother. Whack, whack.
Have you ever seen that meme that went around of a mouse bench pressing a mouse trap?
Yeah.
It'd be like that, just a spider bench pressing like 8 shoes.
Well, I've seen, I don't know, it was a viral Vine or something like that, but there's a spider running along a carpet, and a dude gets up and tries to squash it with his finger, but you see these 2 legs grab the finger and slam him into the wall and everything. It's brilliant.
I love that gif. I think it's brilliant. It's excellent.
GIF or GIF?
GIF.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, what do you call it?
Bolognese.
Yeah. Do you call it
I call it a GIF.
Have you seen that video of that Hispanic woman in America getting really, really frustrated that it's Arkansas and Kansas?
Yes.
And
the one I've seen was a kid.
Yeah, well, the one I've seen was like, "Why is it this and not this?" And he's like, "Explain this." And just getting so
USA, explain.
Yeah.
So, I mean, speaking of like mispronunciations, my youngest nephew, he can't say Alexa. And my mum's got an Alexa now, one of them hub things. And it's whenever he's round there, he's like leaning right into it, shouting at it to try and get it to listen. But because he can't say Alexa, it won't listen.
What does he say then?
Well, I don't know. I can't pronounce toddler. But
yeah,
that kind of thing. And he gets really wound up that he can't say it.
Can you program it to recognise different sounds?
I would hope so for countries with accents.
There's going to be a lot of disappointed Scottish people with Alexa.
They've had that.
It is a Scottish. I know where you're going.
They had that sketch that they did. That was another online thing, where it was like they're in an emergency lift thing or something. They get really frustrated.
Yes, I've seen that one. That's great.
Oh, pouring whiskey. This is relevant as well. I was in Scotland over the Christmas holidays, and we were talking about the...
Whoa. That's too far north.
Yeah.
There's north, and then there's where you're going.
We were talking about sort of the differences in sort of Scotland and the north sort of thing and all that. And it was interesting because I was saying that the funniest thing I ever saw in my life is when I went to a distillery. You've been on this as well.
Is Winky drinker.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
Driscoll.
Where they had the wee tasting tour. And I just saw wee tasting. And in Yorkshire, that does not work. And it was brilliant because my auntie just didn't get it. She was like, "Yeah, it's a wee tasting tour, isn't it?" But and eventually she's like, "Oh yeah." So it's different.
I think the best part I remember about that was those big vats where we had to stick our head in and sniff up.
I have to disagree with that. It's not the best part. It's the only part that we remember.
Because we enjoyed our tasters, didn't we?
I know that in between the distillery and the chalet there was like a little co-op or something like that.
Yes, there was.
And I genuinely don't know whether I remember it because I remember being there or because people told me what it was like. And I just remember leaving the distillery, falling out of the car, and then somewhere in between that happened.
We
Just to note, you weren't driving, were you?
No, Mike was.
That's all right then.
No, Mike was driving. No, we went to the co-op to get some haggis because it was Burns night. We had to have haggis.
Okay.
No, it wasn't Burns night, was it?
I just wanted haggis.
Yeah, because we were having a barbecue and you wanted haggis, and then while we're in the shop,
I probably burned the haggis.
I think you did.
Yeah.
While we're in the shop, we kept
Sounds
having to
about right.
direct him because he was just getting distracted by everything. We were like, "No, Martin, haggis. We're here for haggis. Put the goddamn crisps down. We're here for haggis."
I've been on a few whiskey tours, but usually on them ones, you've tested them at the end of the tour.
Well, with this one, when you get there, whenever you go on a tour, you usually get the complimentary glass of their 10-year-old standard thing that they do, and then then you do the tour. And then because we're doing the taste, I don't want to do quotation marks, you can't see it. Anyway, when you do the tasting tour, you do a couple of different ones, and then you get another one at the end. And I think you get 5 during the tour, so you get like six glasses in total.
And each one's increasing in year.
God,
The last one was like a 21.
Yeah, very
The ones
different.
I've been on, you get like 2.
Yeah, well, the thing is, my father-in-law, he was driving, so he had like a sniff and a
then he passed it
for the
on to,
taste,
like, you
and then
two.
passed it on to me. I genuinely lost count after 9
He
glasses.
didn't give them all to you. He gave me a
Jesus.
couple as well.
Yeah, well, but even still, 9 glasses in less than an hour and a half.
And then of
that
course,
was-
their really clever scheme was that once they got us all
the
drunk
end
on
of
this
the tour
whiskey,
was right into the
gift
shop.
yeah,
shop, yeah.
into the gift shop while we're drunk and we've got money. He's like, hey, I'll have everything.
I think I had something like a 17-year-old cast strength bottle out of that, and that took me about a year to drink because that stuff was. You could have run a space shuttle on that.
Well, that's I mean, I've still got my bottle. It's packed away at the minute, but that's a cash strength.
I got a backpack and a t-shirt.
You mean you didn't get any whiskey?
He had too
No.
much winky that day.
No, I got. We had a voucher and I got the little bottle. You know, once about that.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah.
little
And I
miniatures.
took that home for my stepdad because he likes his scotch. Well, whiskey in
Have
general.
you ever drank a whiskey that's older than you are?
No.
That is the one thing that I'm so glad I did. When I was 26 years old, I went to Callendar in Scotland, which is brilliant because it has a Christmas shop. It's Christmas all year round. Anyway,
I know, I remember it.
yeah, and we went in there.
There's one of them in
and
York.
I found a bottle. I can't remember what it was.
Whiskey.
Well, I know it was whiskey. I can't remember what brand or name it was. But it was 27-year-old. It was like a little sample. It was like 30 quid for a tiny little 2-glass sample thingy.
Yeah.
And I had that. I thought, it's the only chance I'm ever going to be able to afford to drink something older than me. And I drank it. I drank 1 glass. The second glass, I got distracted, got back to it the next morning. It all evaporated. It was just minging water.
Oh.
So I essentially spent 30 quid
Well-
on 1 single glass of whiskey.
If any of us become rich, which is unlikely, but it could happen, there's a hotel up north that I've been to a couple of times.
How far
Great.
north?
Newcastle area.
I was going to say we turn Newcastle, actual haggis and kilts.
Not that far north.
Ooh.
But
Carry on.
in there, it's a really nice hotel. They've got a brilliant swimming pool. They do quad biking on site.
Ooh.
It's excellent. What we need to do is we need to go there because they have a whiskey room. And it's kind of like your classic country, almost like shooting lodge kind of room. There's leather sofas.
Mahogany
Roaring
walls,
log
Yes,
stuff
fire.
like that.
mahogany walls. There's an
Like deer on the wall. and
antlers
Roaring
as,
log
as a
fire.
light. And in there, they've got like a whole wall of whiskey, and they've got a book with like the prices in for if you want to. I don't know if it's for the bottle or if it's just for like a dram, but Jesus, there's some extortionate prices in there.
If we ever become
But
multi-rich.
there's like, yeah, I mean, it's a nice hotel. It's a nice hotel. It's not that expensive to stay there, and I will be going back at some point. I'll take some pictures of the menu and I'll send them to you,
Why don't we?
just so you can have a look.
We could ask him real nice if we could do an episode of Paddy from the whiskey room.
What, and drink extortionately expensive whiskey?
If we
for free?
if we save up for the next decade, we might be able to afford a dram each.
Of like the most luxurious one.
Also, like Tesco's value blended whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, or if ever you need to get the band together, we'll all go up and go quad biking. Quad biking, £60 a head. You get an hour on the quad bike. It's great.
£1 a minute to ride a quad bike. Jesus Christ!
That's actually the cheapest I've seen for like the longest period of time. But it's great fun, especially when it's wet because you just slide all over the place.
There's one place
Excellent.
that I've seen that I so regret never actually going on, and they had essentially what was quad bike drive-by shootings. And the whole idea was you had a
it's like a paintball thing,
yeah,
isn't it? Yeah.
a paintball thing where you have one driving and one on the back, and then you drive around the course, and you judged on your speed, but then also on your accuracy. So you've got to sort of mix it between them. And I thought it's just like, woodland gangster. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's just called bike in general. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, we've gone from Australian news to Scottish whiskey and hotels.
That's a
not
good start.
quite
Yeah,
Scotland.
we were on
that's a good
spiders,
segue.
weren't we? Yeah.
So,
That's a good segue, is that?
yes, other places would like to be. That's not here. I mean, the north is fine, but, that
not
far
the
north
south.
is really nice. Yes, it's not that grotty hellhole of uncultured swines.
Screw
Anyway, next topic, please, somebody.
you, Martin.
Blind luck.
Blind luck. So this is the whole Bird Box challenge. So obviously Bird Box is this new big Netflix film that's out where
Sandra Bullock looks like Michael Jackson.
Sandra Bullock.
Oops. There's a difference. I would climb over Michael Jackson to get to Sandra Bullock, but not the other way around.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially to these days.
Yeah, no, yeah.
In the film, it's a case of people just start killing themselves if they see this thing. No one really knows what this thing is, because when you see it, you just go and kill yourself. It's really weird. So they get around by being blindfolded. You save light in buildings and stuff like that because you can see what's around, but it's a thing. So they go around blindfolded when they need to get somewhere. So then people have now, it started off as a meme, and now it's like the Tide Pod challenge of last
Natural
year.
selection at work.
Yeah, just cull the herd.
We have just literally inched over into 2019, and already there's just dickheads
Suicidal
around.
challenge has already started.
So people are just going around town, cities and that with blindfolds on to see if they could survive. And it's just
I don't see a problem with that.
until someone steps out into traffic.
Well, I know, but it's like I said earlier. People were doing that when I was in primary school as a charity thing. It's like, be blind for a day or be deaf for a day or something like that or whatever. And then it's not that bad.
It depends on what you're doing though, and where you're doing it.
I mean, you still got to have some brain cells, but man.
Yeah, but it's like
You're
the Tide
screwed
Pod
then.
challenge. Not many people have them. The kind of people that follow these trends don't really go, well, this could be quite dangerous. It's like,
Oh yeah, what I'm saying is, it's not the idea itself that's dangerous. It's the idiots that are doing it.
Yeah.
It's like driving. Driving isn't particularly dangerous unless you're a numpty who's
yeah,
I don't know,
here's
sort
the
of, I don't
thing.
know, about 6'2" and got a whatever t-shirt that is.
Christmas
I'm
Eve.
6'1".
I was close.
Christmas Eve, speaking of numpties driving, there I was at a set of traffic lights about 11 o'clock at night, car in front of me reversed into me.
Really?
Yeah. He was in a Ford Cougar, which is kind of like a soft roader, so it's kind of like a tall one, but not
Have you got a
proper
dash cam?
off-roader. No, 2 days later on Christmas Day, I get a dash cam for Christmas. So, I see him reversing, so I let off my brake, just in case, because there was that car right behind me, but there was one sort of behind me.
Yeah.
And then he just hit me, but because I took my foot off the brake, I just rolled back, so it didn't
Damage.
anchor on and push on. And he got out of the car and he was hands on his head, oh, I'm really sorry, I didn't see you.
You scratched it all the way down the side of my car.
I was more surprised that a new car doesn't have anything like a reversing camera or reversing
A
sensors.
non-idiot at the wheel.
Yeah, or if his mirrors had even glass in it. Because they didn't see me, so he would have checked his rear view mirror, but because my car's quite low down, he didn't think to check the side where he'd
Yeah, but
see
surely you'd
my
still see your
headlights.
lights. Yeah.
Yeah, my headlights shine, because I always make a point to just move slight to the side, either side, so I'm visible in people's mirrors. Clearly not enough. Anyway, I get out and survey the damage. He's got a whopping dent in the back of his car.
Mm-hmm.
I open the bonnet of mine, check the fans and stuff, but the best thing about my car is that it was made out of outdated materials that the Koreans had bought from Mitsubishi. So that's like everything is made of like raw iron. So it's like the only damage my car sustained is I got a cracked number plate.
You just open it up and there's a Victorian man whipping some children, put coal in the engine.
And the car in front had like this huge dent in the back of it, and I was like, you know what, mate? Don't worry about it, because that was going to cost him more than like a £10 number plate for me. And he like shook my hand and he like hugged me. I was like, oh, thanks a lot and Merry Christmas and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, whatever. I just can't be arsed arguing. But I was quite happy with that. I was like, my car's pretty robust, it seems. So that's my story with the Bird Box Challenge. So yeah, again,
were you blindfolded when this happened?
No, but I think he was. That can be it. He was blind. I bet he was doing the challenge.
Yeah.
I could drive with my white stick out the car. My Labrador running along the side.
Why has the lead gone slack all of a sudden?
Because it's under my car.
Oh, that's dark.
I wouldn't do it on purpose. Of course not. I'd sooner hit a person than a dog.
I know that. You're one of the most animal-centric people I know.
What if the person was a bit of a dog?
It was a bloke.
That's insulting to dogs.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some pretty hideous dogs out there.
Have you ever seen that? I need to engage brain before I talk. Google
That'll be a first.
the world's ugliest dog.
Does it come up with a picture of you?
No, they've just got this weird... I don't know what to describe it as. It's just like... it looks like something that would be out like The Evil Dead or something like that.
Okay.
My friend, Robin...
hang on. I think I know what this is. It's like a crossbreed. It's like... it looks like it's been squashed and its front legs are a lot higher up than its back legs.
No? You're not thinking of the same one I'm thinking of.
Clearly not.
So Robin, that comes on the podcast, a few doors up.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, bless it.
It's a brilliant... Look at it.
But yeah, Robin...
That's not the worst thing. Oh, it's got cool hair.
It has. It's got like a proper little like legendary hair.
That's nothing compared to the dog that lives a few doors up from Robin. It's called Lola. It's a Boston Terrier, so it's like a little short-nosed black and white thing. Anyway, when it was born, its mum attacked it and tried to kill it.
Wow.
It's that ugly.
But it fell. It is now. Because it's got like Russell Howard eyes. Like, one's looking at you.
The other one's looking off somewhere.
It's got chameleon eyes. But the thing is, its top lip...
That looks like something out of Abe's Odyssey.
It is.
That's the thing that tries to kill Abe.
Have a neck. Poor little bugger. Again, that's fine, because this terrier, its like top lip is up here somewhere.
Yeah.
And it just grunts and smells, but it's...
Oh, so it's like mine then?
Yeah, grunts and smells.
I'm well, lovely, thank you.
So, I mean, would you consider doing the Bird Box Challenge?
No.
I'd do it.
Of course you would do it.
I'd do like she does in the film. I haven't seen the film, but I've read about it. And the bit apparently where she like goes down like a river.
Yeah.
Of like blindfolded. I've been down a river where I can't see what's happening before. Mainly because I was...
Did you just come out of the whiskey distillery?
No, I was going to say, I was in a kayak, but I was upside down. So technically...
Probably not the best place to be.
I've done half of the Bird Box Challenge.
Yeah, but she did it better than you when she was blindfolded. And had two kids in the canoe with
Neither
her.
of us could see.
It was a canoe, not a kayak as well. Oh, mind you, it does flip over. I have seen the film. And I do plan on doing a review of it at some point. But just to see what all the hype was about. But yeah, I mean, it's a stupid thing to do and people just shouldn't do it. Netflix has sent tweets out to try and stop people from doing it, but obviously, as with everything on the internet, you tell people not to do something,
they do it.
They're going to go and do it anyway. It's the whole Philip DeFranco thing.
Who?
Philip DeFranco thing. He said once by accident, "Oh, don't call me daddy," and then the internet just kind of blew up with it.
Oh, okay.
To the extent of where his company now produces T-shirts which just says "Don't call me daddy" on it.
I'd never heard that.
He's a good bloke. I like him.
He's a little bit him.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a good review. It's a little bit him.
Yeah.
Next topic.
I'm going to say money.
Money.
Must be funny in
don't
a rich
sing,
man's world.
Please.
Oh.
Ever.
Okay.
This is not karaoke night just because there's a microphone in front of you.
You're more worried about the copyright if I sing too much of the song.
I don't. We don't get enough views for copyright infringement,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's fine. So it has just come out in the news that 2 people have gone and claimed £121 million of lottery winnings.
Cool.
That is a life-changing amount of money.
Beers are on there.
I mean, like 1 million is pretty significant.
To be honest, I think about
121.
500 quid are changing my life at the moment, but you know.
Yeah, that's because you just got a car. So £121 million.
Nice.
Just think, you're at home with your lottery ticket, your numbers are read out. You're like, oh God, you're in Camelot. King Arthur answers, says, "Yeah, once we've gone through all the checks, make sure it's legit. You've won £121 million. You check your bank balance one night, it's minus 20 quid. You wake up the next morning and check it, and it's plus £121 million. What do you do?
Shit the bed.
And then just buy a new one because you can.
Exactly.
Jamie, come on. What will be like your first thing, and then talk me through it. Talk me through your winnings.
I have no idea.
Okay, we'll come back to you.
Yeah,
Martin.
come back to me.
Well,
This will be convince the missus to move to Scotland to
farm
fuck up
sheep.
nowhere and farm sheep.
no, I used to have a plan. Genuinely, my plan was that if I won the lottery whilst I was at my previous job, I would turn up on time the very next day, but be butt naked and just be as irritating as possible.
So yourself then.
You
Yeah.
just have to turn up naked and you're already the
Yeah.
most irritating.
Yeah,
person
pretty
ever.
much that. The only problem is now I work at a friend's house and he has children around, so that's not
not
really
the best idea.
It's not really an option
You
anymore.
mean walking down Fallsgate to Cartridge World with your knob out?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just doing a helicopter on the bus
Oh, God.
and that.
Presumptuous that you get on the bus in the first place.
Presumptuous that you're able to do the helicopter. I mean, there's the drone, but that's a bit.
Well, I mean, this bad boy, if I got it out, could hold up Gatwick. It'd be brilliant. But you know, it's Anyway, no.
Yes,
mean-
Gatwick is close because a weird man is standing on the runway nude, spinning his genitals around.
I'm never looking at Gatwick the same way again.
You'd
now.
have. Well, that's the thing. You'd have that immediate sort of splurge, and that's not a penis joke.
At work.
Yeah, well, no. I'd like probably go on eBay and buy absolutely everything.
Just everything.
Yeah,
on
and
eBay.
just click the buy everything button.
That's a buy everything button.
Yeah, and
I
then
don't know how many people have accidentally pressed that.
Yeah, but no, you buy that, but then I'd invest.
In what?
Property.
Apple robots.
No property.
Oh, you'd become.
I would be I would be wise.
You'd be a very strange landlord.
Yeah, just turn up naked every time. Going, I've got money.
Just spinning it around. We go, can I have the rent, please? Your rent is due.
But no, genuinely, you'd have that initial splurge. I mean, I would have like a Batmobile or something like that, like proper Adam West sort of proper Batmobile.
Would you quit work? Or would you invest in the business and grow it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Would you still live in England?
No.
Oh, where would you live?
I would have my house in England because the point is I wouldn't sell it. I mean, I wouldn't sell... If I was a millionaire, I wouldn't sell my house for the same reason I don't sell games at, like, a game shop. Because you don't get anything that's worth doing it for.
Right.
You know? So I would keep the house and I would just buy a new one. And then I would, like... I would
Rent out
say,
the old one.
What kind of house would it be?
what we're on a... Well, the first place I'd buy, tiny little island off Orkney. I saw that one recently. It does have a house that has no roof and only 3 walls.
I'm sure you'd have enough money to put a roof on it.
Yeah, I'd do that. That'd be cool. And I'd farm sheep. And
What
then
kind of sheep?
white ones, fluffy, wool, you know, eat grass, that kind of thing. And then I would just go,
racist.
oh, I fancy going there. Let's buy a new house. And I would like move into houses and travel around the world, and then have lots of houses.
Okay. Jamie, have you had a thought yet?
I've had a think and a listen, and I would hand in my notice at work. I wouldn't do a Martin and turn up naked, but I would hand in my notice.
Yeah, the elderly won't appreciate that.
They'd have heart attacks.
Why don't you?
That's not good.
Have
Unless you need the
like-
rooms.
Assless chaps or something like that. So at the front, you're just like a normal cowboy, but at the back, it's like full on broke back.
So still a cowboy. Just a different kind of cowboy.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, carry on.
I'd hand in my notice properly. And like Martin says, a splurge, I'd buy everything I ever wanted from Warhammer. So
Right.
that would pretty much keep the shop in business for the next 5 years.
I wouldn't buy from Warhammer. I would have someone make me an actual Warhammer.
Just buy shares in like the Warhammer business.
See, one of the things I was going to say is I'd pay a professional to make me a full-size wearable suit of power armor from Warhammer, not
John
Fallout.
Lamb.
Hey?
John Lamb.
Yeah?
That man is pretty cool.
I need to get him
Hi,
on here.
John!
I need to get him on here.
He's cool. He's a dude. He's alright.
If he could make me a set of Mark V World Eater armor, I'd go for that. Oh, and Caboose's armor from Red vs. Blue, I'd want a set of that. I'd spend a lot of money on cosplay, I've realised.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would do? Once I'd settled down, I would invest in like films, become like a film producer. I would like buy my way into the backstage of Star Wars or something.
Like B movies. That's where it's at.
Are we talking about actual beekeeping, like bees?
Yes, I'm going to make B movie, but like live action.
Oh, subtitles.
I'd first need to watch B movie first, so I know what I'm on about.
Patrick Warburton's in it.
The Bread Man.
Who?
Patrick Warburton.
Baker's Born
Joe
and Bred.
Swanson from Family Guy. Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. You watch Family Guy?
I do.
The guy in the wheelchair, Joe Swanson.
Yes, I know. He's a cartoon.
That's Patrick Warburton. No, the
He's
guy
not-
who voices him.
He's not Ron Swanson, though.
No.
There's a
No,
plug.
that would be what I would do. I would go over to America and I would go to his woodwork shop and just like
Just be there.
bask in his legendariness.
What's he from again?
Parks and Rec.
See, I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Just watch all the Ron Swanson.
Yeah,
clips.
you just need to watch him.
Okay.
He's a legend. I still need a T-shirt, and you can get a pop vinyl. I don't collect pop vinyls, but I'd have one of him.
I've got a few of them.
I have one pop vinyl, and I was given it by a dude, and it's a Darth Vader, a pop vinyl. And I don't like pop vinyls, but I like that pop vinyl because it looks exactly like the Stewie Griffin version of Darth Vader from the Blue Harvest.
The only pop vinyl I
him.
really want, apart from Ron Swanson, is I want the Sharknado one. But that's been
There's a Sharknado pop vinyl.
yes, and
Oh
it's
my
amazing.
God.
But the thing is, it's discontinued now, so the price for it is extortionate. But it's just like a tiny tornado with a massive shark sticking out of it.
my god, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
What?
Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson pop vinyl.
Yeah, and I need it. I need it in my life.
That's
I need to get on that. So with 121 million pounds,
you've
friction.
got like cornrow Swanson.
So 121 million pounds. I want a tiny island somewhere. Well, not too tiny, but like an island.
You can have it next door to mine. We can have water
I
bottom
don't want one in Orkney. It's too open. I want it like in a lake or a loch or something like that. And on that island, I want it to be like a forest. In there, I want a big log cabin.
So you can be nude and run around.
So I can be nude. Fake nudes. So I can be nude. I'll have my big log cabin. And on the island, around the edge, so like waterfront, I'd have like 4 little ones. So I can have friends, family, or I can like hire them out for people. The only way you can get onto the island is obviously by boat. So I'll have like a number of boats. Or helicopter. I'd like a seaplane. I'd like a water plane. I'd like to learn and have one of them. And yeah, I can hire it out to people that either want a break. Not specifically like to anyone and everyone. I'd be like Geek Asylum people or something, like general nerdy people.
Yeah.
Like if they need to get
One of
away.
us.
Because they get a lot of issues. So it's like, come over, have a nice time.
We've got Wi-Fi.
We can watch photos. Yeah, I have Wi-Fi. Great. But also on the island, I'll have like wallabies just roaming around on the island.
Why? I get the appeal of
Because,
wild
I mean-
animals, but why wallabies specifically?
Because one, they're cute. Two, they're amusing to watch,
It's
and
like a
it's something
Tesco
different.
value kangaroo.
And then I want ramblers to walk along the banks on the mainland to look over with the binoculars and be like, there's wallabies roaming around on that island over there. Just because that's something I wasn't expecting seeing today. And just roaming around. I'll have like a number of big dogs as well. It'll be great.
If you wanted something like that for them to look over and go, okay, maybe something a bit more out there, like a giraffe.
No. And then, wallabies can be like
on that island.
can be really
Like a
accustomed.
giraffe.
Can be really accustomed to like our climates. With giraffes and that, they have like heated sheds and that they go in.
Fair enough.
Obviously, with the wallabies, they'll be heated as well. But think of the space they need. And if I've got like pine trees all over, a giraffe's not going to eat that.
No.
They'll just like eat me lettuce or something.
What do wallabies eat?
Oh, they'll eat like shrubs and things like that. I mean, I'll have like food from them, but they're not going to eat as much as one giraffe. And it'd be a bit weird. Well, I mean, I suppose if I want people to look and go, that's a bit unusual, is to have like my big flatbed boat for taking quad bikes and that over to my island with just a giraffe stood on it, going across a lock. Like, that's something I wasn't expecting to see today. Other than that, I mean, I'm not a religious person per se, but I've seen like converted chapels or churches into homes, and they look really nice.
It's because of the Gothic architecture on them.
Something like that I'd also really like, but I also like log cabins in forests. That would be great.
I would have an underground bunker.
You see, I'd probably have an underground bunker as well if I can. You'd just like go down. Like if I was ever to have an underground bunker, I'd have just like a random shed in the middle of nowhere, just a grotty old place. But underneath, boom.
Now, what you do...
That's like a Resident Evil thing.
There's a correct way of doing this as well.
Yes.
You have your full-on underground bunker complex, but rather than just having a hatch or a shed, what you do is you have a blue phone box with a little lift that takes you down into the control room.
See,
and you have all your rooms on your
I'd sooner have like the Bill and Ted phone booth, but the problem is
That's rather conspicuous.
And a blue phone box isn't.
See,
Yeah, no, that's my point. Whereas a dilapidated shed or whatever is going to look kind of in place.
See,
We're multi-millionaires with underground bunkers. We don't care about these things.
the problem is you're thinking like, oh, we'll have like a phone box or something, but that's all very well and great. The idea may be amazing in your head, but look at that. Look at my nice sofa there. You're going to get that in a phone booth so you can get it downstairs?
No, you'd have like there'll be another entrance, like a
back door?
Yeah, essentially.
I suppose you could have like a garage.
Yeah,
so it comes out like the Batcave through like a waterfall.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So you've got Batcave,
Unless you've got a
TARDIS.
convertible, and then that won't work at all. You just get your roof pummeled in.
just drill some holes in the bottom. So you like to do on Top Gear and just shoot some
Shoot
holes in the footwell.
But I mean, obviously everyone would love to win so much money, but obviously I'd do the standard things, like give some to family and close friends. Sorry, guys.
Of course. That's charming.
But you can come to usual paddock, as it would be called. You can have usual paddock with your farm.
Yeah,
for your sheep farm, and I'll fly over in my water plane.
I once said to my missus that one of my ideas, if I won £1 million, I could do it with 100 million. That'd be brilliant. Would be to have. There's a company, I can't remember what they're called, but they make a full size like well, it's designed for museums. It's like a resin replica of a T-Rex skeleton.
Yes.
So
that like you walk in through my front doors, boom.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I would have a big hall. I'd have a full-on T-Rex skeleton, but guarding it around the outside, I would have one of every different variation ever of the Daleks.
Nice.
So I just have like a Dalek army surrounding my T-Rex skeleton.
Do you wear that thing? I can't remember the full story and I can't remember the details, but this whole thing about Nicolas Cage owning a T-Rex skull head.
It's entirely possible.
A skull head.
A skull head, yeah. But as it turns out, it was stolen like some years ago.
I have heard that one.
And
yeah.
like he donated it back to the place of where it was stolen from. That was like he's a unorthodox actor. I'll give you that, but that's like a good move from him. Like well done him.
Yeah, they've. What was it? I remember they said there isn't a full T-Rex skeleton in the world.
No.
I think they said something like there are 3. It's either 2 or 3 complete skeletons, but they are made up of multiple
to make a full
things. Yeah, and that would be what I spend millions on. I would go searching for the one full skeleton and then become like, Jurassic Parky.
Well, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, with my back.
Obviously, I'd go travelling. I'll go see people, help them out.
Some I've said I'd do in the past. It's just come to me now. Actually, if 120 million would be enough, buy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that not enough for you?
I don't know. Depends.
You could go on Virgin Galactic or whatever it is and go into space.
That's only like 100 grand.
It's like 200 grand, I think.
I'll go twice.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'll take you all with me.
There might be like an upgrade.
List.
Yeah.
Like
you two can go in second class.
First class.
Yeah.
Cattle class. Just like a barn, we're just floating around and
just wing walking on the outside.
Getting straw in our eyes.
I'd buy the castle from English Heritage so that it belongs.
I don't think
to me.
they'll
For the right amount of money.
I mean, obviously everyone knows that the council is corrupt anyway. Ooh, I'm gonna get killed now. But yeah, I suppose grease the right palms. You could get some. You mean Scarborough Castle? So you'd finish getting it built.
I was going to say I'd buy it off English Heritage, so the whole land of it was mine. I'd then pay to have the castle rebuilt to its original.
Yeah, how it was.
Yeah, using obviously pictures and drawings
See,
from the past.
if I did that, I'd need a trebuchet, and recently it's come out in the news that Scarborough kind of like has it like a warship. That it's kind of like associated with. I would use my trebuchet to just lob like nothing like too dangerous, but like bales of straw or something at them, just to coax a warship. So yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, are you gonna fire that? Yeah.
Well, that's what I would do if he was going to rebuild the castle.
You just lob things.
I would spend my money creating a life-size functioning replica of. I can't remember what it was called, but there was the German warships from World War One that shelled Scarborough.
Why?
And then just shell his newly built castle.
Why would you do that? Considering me and my family would be living in the castle.
Well, I've got £121 million and a replica World War One warship. What else am I going to do with it?
Not kill your friends?
I'm not going to kill you. I'd like send you out for a kebab first.
And then you're going to rebuild my castle for me once you destroyed it?
No, because I spent £121 million on a replica warship. I'd just sail away.
Then I'd have your ship destroyed.
Well, you wouldn't, because you'd spent all your money on a castle. We'd both be skinned, but I would have a warship and you would have a castle. And he'd have a wallaby.
So basically you're just saying you'd be a dick.
Yes.
The Battle of Scarborough will be like current affairs. We'll be discussing it on here.
Ignore.
I'll be playing devil's advocate as you two are like plotting war. This is like a UN meeting or something.
Oh god!
Yeah,
just Jamie with a bow and arrow on the top of the castle, and me with a warship, just exchanging sticks and shells. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I'd have the castle fully rebuilt, but with modern conveniences like
a toilet.
Yes, and
bucket and chuck it. You're not going to stand on the headland, lob your shites over.
Just a big sign that says, "If it's yellow, let it mellow."
Working plumbing, central heating, electricity, phone ports, the usual. And I'd just live there.
So you wouldn't have it rebuilt, you'd just build a hotel with stone.
You'd build a house.
I'd build, Scarborough Castle would be rebuilt in all its glory, but modernised.
Why don't? Because it was probably cheaper, is buy some land and
build your
get
own
a castle built.
Do you know that's an idea?
Love to do that.
Do you know how if you look at like old school traditional churches and cathedrals and things, if you look at them from the aerial point of view, they're always built in roughly in the shape of a cross.
Yeah,
I would do that. I would have sort of like a cathedral style building built for me, but in the shape of a wang.
I knew that was coming. I knew that he was going to say that.
So in like 100 years' time, or like 200
Lowering
years'
the
time,
tone.
there's like a cyborg Tony Robinson doing future time team.
Cyborg.
So,
Tony
oh
Robbins.
yes, we're excavating this room. I wonder what this is. Ooh,
Brushing the bell end to try and find some relics. Can I just take a moment of silence, please? While I pause it so I can go for a pee. Because I'm dying right now.
Yep.
How's your pee?
We are back. We have all gone and peed. We formed an orderly queue by the bath and we all peed together. That is not true. Right, just to segue on to something that else I would invest my money in. I would buy a lot of cars because there's a lot of cars out there that I like. I know, Jamie, you're not too fussed about cars.
I'd want a Veyron now.
Of all the cars you'd want a Veyron. So that's 1 million of your pounds just gone.
They've got the new one though, haven't they? I can't remember what it's called. It's
There's always a new one.
It's like
Chiron.
yeah, it's like 2.5 million or something like that, and it's got like it's something like 1,400 brake horsepower.
So I'm just going to show you a video now because it's not necessarily. I mean, it's of a Dodge Charger. It's a 1969. I'd take a 68 if a 69 is not available. But I'm sure with 121 million,
You have as many 69s as you wanted.
Hang on, you're showing us a video on an audio podcast.
Yeah, but
69.
it's more of the sound.
Oh, it's the sound,
It's
is
the
it?
sound that's important.
Go on.
This is a 1,000 horsepower Dodge
Veyron
Charger.
did it first.
But, I mean, obviously this is custom. This didn't roll out of the factory like that.
I
Just to
imagine
take
it
it into
didn't.
account, my car's about 120 horsepower.
Ooh.
Even less when me and Martin are in it.
Yeah, well, no, there's more horsepower. It's just not going anywhere.
That's like proper Fast and Furious style, is that?
Yeah. Absolutely giant flycatcher sticking out the bonnet.
Yeah, the old bug catcher. The exposed carburetor. Would be a very nice V8. Love the sound of like a classic V8. Once the video keeps playing, it does not make it sound again. Now, you can't beat a nice beefy V8. Don't even think that there is an alternative, like your hairdryer.
Jet,
So,
jet engine.
with that in mind, with that kind of sound, right? Something that's sort of annoying about local stuff is that on the Marine Drive, which for anyone that's not local, there's a road that goes around the headland of Jamie's house. That's on the hill. In the summer, you find that people will camp there overnight because it's free. We don't have kind of like what's the world? Oh, what's the world? What is the world? Kind of like
Traffic wardens.
free camping kind of thing.
Huh.
Where you can go anywhere and you camp wherever you want. They do in Scotland.
Oh yeah. There's no law of trespass.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Like if you're in the view of a house, move so you can't see the house, so they can't see you. If they ask you to move because you're on the land, you have to move. That's fair enough. But we have a lot of campsites in Scarborough. But people will still bypass it, so they don't have to pay £5 a night or something to hook up or camp there. So they park on the Marine Drive. I want a car like that, so in the dead of night, I can just cruise the Marine Drive. Because, you know, they're not bringing like any income into the town. It's failing as it is. The shop's shutting all over the place. It's a dead high street. I would have a car like that. I'd just cruise the Marine Drive in the middle of the night.
Giving it all that talk.
Giving it all that. Just to, you know.
I'm going to see your V8.
You'll not only see it, you'll hear it.
But
like
I am going
motorbike.
to raise you a motorbike with a helicopter jet turbine engine in it.
Oh my god.
If you're ever going to wake someone up, That is the noise that you want to have parked right next to the car.
a V8 is a better sound.
That's a jet engine on a motorbike.
Jet engines aren't as good.
It's still going.
Unless you have a jet that needs an engine. Can you, like, not have that playing now?
Do you know that bike on tick over develops over 30 brake horsepower, doing nothing, sitting there doing nothing.
The best sounds are when they're on tick over because they're just like rumble away there.
But we could do that. You could have your V8. You know, I could have my jet bike, and he could just be at the top of the hill getting angry because we've woken him up.
Yeah, he'll be there in his little pedal car.
No,
his little cosy coupe or something.
Well, I say pedal car. You know them little battery operated cars there is. One of the news things that I was going to put on this board is that...
What's that say, a Tesla?
No. Someone had bought their kid a little Mercedes one, you know, like a kid sitting riding one, and it set alight because the battery faulted.
Oh,
it's
no.
Like, that'd be the kind of one that Jamie has. He'll be cruising around his headland in this tiny little Mercedes.
A little golf buggy or something.
I've already said I'd have a Veyron. Where's all this coming from?
You'd have to learn to drive first.
No, I wouldn't have a chauffeur.
See, technically, if you have a chauffeur, you're supposed to sit in the back. Are you just going to like cling onto the spoiler?
There's 2 seats. Cling onto the spoiler. No, there's 2 seats. I'd be in the other one.
Yeah, it's not the same though.
Nah.
We could do that. We could have like an annual competition. Whenever the camper vans go down there, we could have like who can have the most obnoxiously loud vehicle. Ever.
Who will make them leave first?
Yeah. Oh, what was that? It was a Top Gear episode where they had one of the Aston Martins, and they had one of them just like rev off. And there's one point where they you can hear this in the background. And there's like Clarkson saying that car is now over 3 miles away from us, and you can still hear
that
it
was
going.
Aston. They're driving it around Scotland, I think. That one.
Aston Martin.
There's obviously a lot of nice scenery in Scotland.
Plenty of sheep farmers.
Yeah, but if you drive through the Great Glen in Scotland, beautiful set of roads. Beautiful set of roads. See all the mountains on either side. Got the trains going along. Brilliant, beautiful place.
That's
Skyfall, it's all there.
Steam train. Never mind your Veyron, I'll just buy a steam train.
See, that's a difficult one.
I'd understand that for you.
Train lines don't work the way as roads.
But could you imagine how legendary that would be? You'd be in the pub. There's like Cameron Diaz is stood at the bar getting a pint of diesel or some crap like that.
and then Cameron Diaz drinks diesel.
I don't know. It's either that or like a Blue Wicked or something like that. Anyway, and then like, Jamie goes up to he's like, "You're right, love. I'll give you a lift home. I've got a Veyron." I'm like, "Screw that steam train."
He can't because his chauffeur's in the other seat.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a steam train.
Yeah, but does the steam train go by her house? Because if not,
perfect.
I'll just build a rail to her house.
He's done it properly. Jamie's done it properly because if he has a Veyron and he's got a chauffeur, Cameron Diaz has to sit on his knee.
Yeah.
No, it's either that or he has to wait at the pub whilst the chauffeur takes her home.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Don't expect to be
in his car.
Because Cameron Diaz is just going to be in a pub in Scotland.
Yeah.
Which can happen.
Drinking Blue Wicked.
If she is there, you know.
I'm just suddenly unmarried all of a sudden.
I am willing to travel. I will go to Scotland and she can come onto usual Paddy and we can chat before your chauffeur takes it home.
That would be awesome having Cameron Diaz on Usual Paddy.
I think any celebrity would.
Yeah, if any celebrity wanted to pop on, we'd welcome in them.
I've been on TV
if they're ever filming in Scotland, why would I care about that? if any celebrity was like filming down here, I'd tweet them just to see if they'd just like come and have a little chat.
If only we were doing this when Bill Nye was here for Dad's Army.
Could
you imagine if we'd have got Bill Nye?
Me and my mate Bill.
I
met Bill Nye.
You had to ask him if it was him.
Well, no, I knew it was him.
It's like the step...
But like me and Robin went over and we're like, just wanted to say like, hello. And it was like, oh, hi. And he held his hand out and said, I'm Bill. So he introduced himself to me. I was like, I know who you are.
Did you actually do that?
Yeah, because I was playing Destiny at the time. Back when Destiny 1, the game, was a thing. And there was a voice in that.
Yes, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was of all the things he's in, I was like, I'm playing Destiny at home right now. And he's here. It's just like a surreal moment when you meet a celebrity.
I imagine I'd be the same if I met someone like Ozzy Osbourne or Stephen Fry. I'd just be a complete bundle of nerves.
Do you know
my mouth would make noises, but my brain would not be connected.
Yeah.
Oh, that went the wrong way. Sorry, go on. I was joking there.
Can you do it quieter?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one with the cough, so just don't be trying to steal my thunder.
Celebrities. I once was involved with a youth sailing project, and I went down to Greenwich and I met Princess Anne.
To Greenwich?
Greenwich, yeah. I went down to Greenwich and I met Princess Anne, and you know, you do the usual line up and say hello and all that.
Did she like to go nightclubbing at Berlin's?
Not quite. And then it was brilliant because she says, "Oh, have you sailed before?" And I said, "Well, my parents have a boat and they live on the west coast of Scotland." And she's like, "Oh, that's very good. I might see you up there." And he's like, "Oh, no." And I was talking to my dad. I says, "Oh, it's just funny." He says, "No, she meant it because my dad, I can't remember what island. It was one of these islands in the middle of nowhere in Scotland. He'd gone to like the local shop to get like a pint of milk and a loaf of bread or something like that, and just has his voice saying, "Oh, can you pass me the bloody Hello magazine or some crap, whatever it was." And she was just
Queen Anne, Princess Anne.
Yeah, Princess Anne was just in.
Wants a Hello magazine.
I don't know. It was something off one of the shelves, but no, she was just genuinely just stood in the queue trying to buy like a loaf of bread or something.
Just speaking of Hello magazine, when I can't find like decent news things to cover on here,
oh god,
I will invest in them really tacky magazines because they have some horrendous stories in there, which will be great to just chat about.
Genuinely, if you ever,
but then we'd have to read the story.
I'll read it and give you the gist.
If you ever want to laugh, just go into a newsagent's and look at the women's magazines.
I know
everything, every cover. It's like, "Oh, my granddad touched me when I was a child," or "I went on holiday and the bartender shat in my handbag."
I married my
and then the
best
picture is always
dog.
of a really happy, smiling lady. It's like,
yeah, it's every.
Love them. It's so tacky, so tacky.
I think
And
it genuinely
they're great to
women
talk
like to
about.
think other people are more miserable than they are. That's it. And then you look at men's magazines, it's like, "Oh, Lucy Pinder's got massive
Here's
backs,
some
turn to
boobs."
page, whatever." That's it. That's it. All you need is like women's magazines, like just a massive spread of misery. A men's magazine, cleavage.
I miss nuts. The magazine.
Well, you should have joined me in the bathroom, Jamie.
I have the last ever issue of Nuts ever made.
Really?
See,
Yeah.
I
Is it a
don't.
good one?
I don't buy any of their
This is
magazines,
alright.
but
Well, you
whenever
won't now because they're all gone.
I've seen your
FHM
search
gone?
history on that
FHM,
tablet.
Zoo, Nuts, they're all gone.
so they don't do the 100 sexiest women anymore.
Nope,
Yep.
all gone.
Oh my goodness, because that was the one thing I'd still keep getting.
Who was it that was to blame for that? It was an MP, wasn't it?
Probably
God.
Jamie Oliver is to blame for everything.
He's not an MP.
Yeah, but
it was
he's
a
still a
woman.
knob.
I once went to Sainsbury's Cafe and it entertained me. It was really pathetic. I just sent Jamie Oliver on Facebook a picture of a full fat glass of Coke with Sainsbury's logo and just me going, "Screw you, Jamie, you're not ruining my drink." It entertained me.
Okay, now we're taxed on sugar drinks.
Yeah, you may continue. Go on.
I've forgotten where I was going with this. Celebrities and being on usual
Boobs,
padding.
magazines stopping, 100 sexist women.
Anyway, I've forgotten. Anyway, we'll go on to Honour Roll.
Is that the only one that's left?
No,
we've
we've
got
got
Barbie
your,
girl as
your
well.
Barbie thing. So, Honour Roll, vegan sausage rolls. Thoughts? Greg's has developed a vegan sausage roll that they're rolling out. Well, has rolled out. It's a sausage rolled out. Feedback has been a little flaky.
But
See what I did there? What are your thoughts? Vegan sausage rolls.
pick any four-letter word of Anglo-Saxon origin and put "off" after it.
Jamie.
I don't actually mind the idea, and I'm willing to try one.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Are you one of these? I mean, a number of people have been tweeting Greg saying that
I've
they're
seen these.
not happy with this.
It's not a sausage roll.
Yeah, but put the name to one side. Put sausage roll to one side. Call it like a vegan roll, if you will.
It's still not. It's just wrong.
Why? Why is it wrong?
Think about it this way.
This is where we're indifferent.
Human beings share, is it something like 70 or 80% of their DNA with bananas,
Yes.
right? The vegan sausage roll only has one ingredient that it shares with an actual sausage roll. So human beings have more of a right to call themselves bananas than that abomination has to call itself a fucking sausage roll.
So, Jamie, what are your thoughts on a vegan sausage roll? I know you just said that you'll try one.
My thoughts are, they're not replacing regular sausage rolls. You can get them as
Exactly.
normal. So it's not
People
like...
seem to be kicking off like that's the thing.
But
like,
it's not.
They're ruling out sausage
You
rolls.
can buy
in
normal
replace of
sausage
these.
rolls or vegan sausage rolls. The protein content, there's actually more protein in the vegan one than there is in the regular
It is
one.
vegetable protein.
Well, there's more
Yeah.
protein in semen than there is in a regular sausage roll, but I don't see you going and getting a bag of that from
I
Greggs.
thought that was full of calcium, not protein.
I'm not an expert, Joe. You said so.
Yeah, but you don't often get semen in dog food.
And all the reviews I've seen from people who have actually eaten these vegan rolls have said they're quite nice. So if they're with me and my wife planning on once we've got rid of all the crap in our house from Christmas,
Don't say.
we're planning on slimming down.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that like veggie or something.
No, we're just
I
planning
nearly
on.
died a little.
They're just
Trying
going to
to
have
lose some
vegan
weight.
I
food
think you'll
instead.
go in the way of Robin.
No, we're just trying to lose some weight. But if vegan sausage rolls are healthier than regular ones, it's
You
just a
can
little
pour
thing that's
yourself
going
a
to
glass
help.
of mead if you like.
I was going to wait because I was going to ask a question, but it wasn't entirely relevant to the current.
Is it about his house?
No, it's about what the fuck do I do with that?
Drink
You
it.
pour it
Well, I
and
know,
drink
but do you
it.
mix it or do you?
No, you have it straight.
Martin, look,
Act it as wine.
Oh, that's all right then.
Use it as wine.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Right, carry on, Jim.
I think I pretty much said it all.
Oh, well, thing is, I mean, I think this is a controversial opinion.
Or not?
Much like I've got another bottle. As much.
What?
Martin has just put the cap of the mead into Jamie's glass. It's
Why
floating
do you have to
around
be such a dick?
like a little boat?
Because he
it's
likes
Martin,
vegan sausage rolls.
and
Anyway,
you like dick.
Actually, I haven't said I like it. I haven't tried it yet. I might not like it.
do you want to
What,
know?
penis?
I can tell you exactly why I disagree with the very existence of that, and I'm calling it in the loosest sense of the word that food item, because if you want to be a vegan, you want to be a veggie, that is fine, but don't you dare try to endeavour to make all your food look, taste, and smell like a fucking meat product.
I'm sorry. Do you ever drink Fanta?
No.
Never.
Well, if it's given to me for free, I won't turn it down. I don't.
Well, how dare you trying to endeavour to drink something that is not actually an orange?
Or
That's
tango.
exactly what you just sounded like.
No, but there's a difference between having something that's favourite, but actually making something just to. It's like I'm going to offend everybody here,
Oh, God.
but it's like
This is not everyone's opinion. It's just
it's-
one person's. Don't
just
blame us all.
think about it this way: why would a lesbian use a strap-on? They don't like men.
Well, see, that's the
Oh,
whole
for
thing of.
fuck's sake!
That's
So
the whole thing of. Oh, they made their choice.
This is it. To me,
I'm very sorry.
again, I'm going to
everybody.
offend vegans and lesbian vegans. They're really pissed
Oh
off
my
now.
god!
A vegan,
Yeah, but would they go?
a vegan eating a
They
meat,
don't eat meat.
a vegan eating something that looks like meat is like it. To me, in my head, it makes as much sense as someone saying, "All right, I don't like men. I'm a lover of the vagine, but I want a fake cock." That's
Because
it.
with
A vegan sausage roll is a fake rubber penis.
Because with lesbians, they're not just attracted to the vagina; they are attracted to the woman. They are physically and emotionally attracted to the woman.
Women don't have wangs.
That's why dildos exist.
Exactly, but why? If you oh my, we've gone down a fucking path now, haven't we?
This is the wrong kind of sausage.
You're
no,
really
roll
not
now.
listening, are you?
I'm not going to offend everyone anymore.
Too late.
For a bit. I'm not going to offend them further. I'm just going to say that's it. A vegan sausage roll is a strap-on. Think about that next time you put one in your mouth.
Strap-ons are perfectly functioning equipment for those who are not attracted to men but still want to be penetrated. Vegan sausage roll is a perfect substitute for those who like the smell.
Who wants a penetration of a sausage roll in their mouth?
like the smell of sausage rolls but do not eat meat.
See, Martin, just let me alliterate. You're a dick. But like a non-lesbian dick. Just
Yeah,
a
probably.
dick
I'm not like a rubber one.
You're not a rubber dick. You're a real dick.
You are full on dick, man.
I'm all for the vegan sausage roll.
I am.
And I mean, you're taking it for the role of because it's
Healthier.
It's healthier.
I'm not vegan. I eat meat. I love bacon. But I'm going to try this vegan sausage roll.
See, this is interesting because we're all taking different aspects, right? Martin, you seem to be dead set
I'm
against
offended
it.
by its very existence.
If it was called something else, would you be all right with it?
Yes, but only in the way that I would be slightly more alright with being told I have HIV than I would be that you have the plague.
I'm not sure.
I think it's fascinating here that I have to point out that you are one of the first people to call lefties snowflakes who get easily triggered by things and so on. You're getting triggered by a snack.
It's not
You are a snowflake.
It's
right
an
now.
abomination.
My point exactly.
It's an abomination. It's against.
It's such a closed-mind approach to it.
It's.
You do not have the right to call anyone a
I've
snowflake
eaten
ever
that
again.
mushroom mince crap. What do you call it? The
Corn.
Corn.
But how is that any different?
See, I've eaten some corn and it's great.
I've never actually had corn.
It wasn't voluntary.
I've had vegetarian bacon and it was the worst thing I'd ever eaten.
Exactly.
I didn't even know that existed.
But that's the point. Why? If you don't like eating pig, would you endeavour to make stuff taste like a dead pig?
Because you might enjoy the smell of it.
Yeah, well, why not eat the pig?
Because you don't want to partake in animal cruelty.
It's not animal cruelty. The pig's dead. It can't feel anything.
It's the whole aspect of breeding to just kill.
Well, you're not breeding this. It's had a life. It's rolled in crap. Anyway, carry
So
on.
here's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Or £2, whatever it is over here.
2p, get it right.
My 2 pence.
2p.
I think it's a great idea because
You're outnumbered, mate. 2 to 1.
I'm a meat eater. That's fine. I enjoy meat. People can give or take that. Like I give and take their
Meat.
I don't care about I say I don't care about vegans. I don't care about how they view things. I'm not like Martin's idea of I disagree with vegans and they should all burn or something.
I don't disagree with vegans. I disagree with vegans endeavouring to make the stuff that they eat taste like the stuff that they don't want to eat.
The lab grown meat, some vegans will eat.
Now that
because
I actually
it's
find
not
that
come from an animal.
I find that a fascinating concept. I did ask a vegan about that actually. It was an interesting conversation.
And like they will eat it because an animal's not had to suffer for that to be made.
I actually asked the vegan something, and they gave me the best answer I could ever hope for. I don't think it'll ever be topped. He was a proper vegan, didn't eat animal meat or products, no milk, no cheese, or whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
And I said, okay, I can understand the worries about battery farms and things like that. But say, for example, you hatched a female chicken from an egg. You raised it yourself. It was free range. It never wanted in its life. It was a perfectly happy, comfortable egg. And then, as naturally happens, it starts...
happy, comfortable egg.
Chicken, sorry. And then, as naturally happens, it starts laying eggs of its own accord, like female chickens do. Would you not eat those eggs, knowing that it hasn't suffered for those eggs and it's left a happy life?
That's it. It's just a normal...
And he said no. And I said, can you tell me why not? And he said, without even missing a beat or smiling, he just said... because it's a chicken's period. I was like, I really cannot argue against that.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I eat black pudding and that's just a scab. It's just, you know, it's
anyway,
just...
back to vegan sausage rolls here. I think it's a brilliant idea. Now, as a meat eater, I'm not going to eat it. I mean, whenever I'm in the supermarket and I see the vegan aisle, all I see is bland. I mean, I could be incredibly wrong. There could be some great things in there. But I just think, like, a lot of vegan meat. I mean, obviously, a tomato's vegan, but tomato tastes great. But, like, vegan fake meat, I just think will be bland. But the thing with a vegan sausage roll is it's an incredible thing what Greggs have done. As a marketing standpoint, as a business standpoint, because I mean, you go into like other bakeries. I mean, you can get like a Chelsea bun or something, as long as it's not made with milk or anything. But then, what they've done is like everyone been tweeting and said, "Oh, you're pandering to like the vegans." Like, no, what you've done is an incredible thing to bring business to your place.
More people
because
spend money there
exactly.
now.
because it's vegan, people are going to go in and they're going to
let's be
buy
honest,
it because it's something that's there.
Sausage
people are
rolls
gonna
are
take
one of the
it.
most popular items from a baker's.
Yeah.
Do
And
we
I
have a
find
Greggs in town?
yes,
Yeah.
Sorry, Karen, I've just had an idea.
I'm going to go there tomorrow and get one.
I may as well.
like
But I'm not going to do with it what you are going to do with yours.
You're just going to throw yours in the bin.
No, I'm going to bury it in the ground with 12 gauge shotguns. Not
anyway.
like literally with shooting it.
Waste of money and ammo.
I mean,
Fun.
someone
It's like the most
I read
expensive town
while I was doing these posts. Someone had done like a how-to video on a vegan sausage roll and he put it in the bin, and everyone
I've
gave him
seen that with
a lot of flake about it for wasting food.
See, I've
That was a
seen
good
that same video that people have done with ham and pineapple pizzas.
See, that's even more controversial than the
See,
sausage
this
roll
is where me
debacle.
and Martin actually agree. We both like pineapple.
So what you're saying is you
warm
could
fruit.
make a ham and pineapple pizza more offensive than me offending not only lesbians
It
but
depe-
vegans as well.
It depends on who you're asking. I don't mind ham and pineapple. I think
I like it.
pineapple, that
Me
really
and Martin
sweet
both like
kick
it.
on a pizza.
I like a
I think it's great.
good Hawaiian. Stuffed crust, jobs are good. 'Un.
I like a good Hawaiian. But yeah, as a business standpoint, what they've done is brilliant.
Yeah, but from a moral standpoint, it's sort of like
Morally, I don't care because it means more meat for the meat eaters.
He's got a point.
it's no.
It's like the Ron Swanson thing again. I'm like, I will have that third steak after all.
Also, it's like the Ron Swanson bit where he goes into the farm marketplace and he gets the
Food
vegan
and
bacon.
stuff.
No, it's not that
Oh,
one.
where he
Goes
keeps
in the
putting
thing
it in the
and
bin.
and then he just throws the vegan bacon in the bin.
Again, I've had
It's
corn
that.
bacon. It was terrible. I put it straight in the bin.
There you go.
Or give it to a vegetarian. Like, I'm not eating that. But,
But you've at least tried it and didn't like
I
the
like
taste.
vegetables.
I
I
like
do.
vegetables.
But I like meat with my vegetables.
There's nothing wrong with a vegetable. There's nothing wrong with a vegetable. But there's something wrong with making a vegetable into a sausage. It's just not right.
Have you heard recently?
You're wrong,
though,
you're a dick.
Have you heard recently though that it turns out that a lot of vegetables aren't vegan?
Is this the whole avocado thing?
Avocados being one of them.
Yes, because they need bees to pollinate.
So they are a product of animal labour.
So with beekeeping and bee farms, they're having to use them to help grow, because the demand for like aubergine is so high.
Avocado specifically.
Yeah,
Everyone's
avocado,
going nuts
that's
for
something.
Well, then
avocados.
you could argue that
It's like so they're not actually vegan friendly. But again, it depends where it's sourced from.
if you're a vegan, right, you cannot be a vegan without having some aspect of your diet exploiting an animal, unless you farm all your food yourself. Because imagine this: if you buy your bloody kale smoothie or bloody
Alan eats kale.
cucumber steak or whatever, it's sort of like your deep fried aubergine. I don't know. Basically, the guy who delivered that to the place you bought it from, right, will be in a truck of some description, and I would be willing to bet money that he was sat on a leather seat. So a cow died to get your
How
cucumber
many
in your
trucks come with leather seats?
That's a good
I
question.
don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's some.
Every truck that comes into my work has a fabric seat.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, some animal will have died to produce that seat. So
Not
therefore,
necessarily.
Not for a
vegans
fabric
kill
one, no.
animals.
No, you're wrong. You're so close-minded about the situation.
No, it's wrong.
No, but something I wanted to bring up on the vegan thing. I already had a little discussion with Joe about this. Was on New Year's Day, my Facebook feed was absolutely flooded on a specific post.
Oh yeah, yo.
On the way to work, I spotted someone had graffitied. Remember, this is an act of vandalism and is illegal. On the bus shelter, what was it? Pigs are more intelligent than dogs. #GoVegan. And I put a post up saying, I wish I had a white marker so I could have wrote underneath it, pigs also taste better than dogs. #EatBacon. And my
Can I
post-
make a point?
Hmm?
Smoked bacon.
Exactly.
The
And
best bacon.
my post was flooded about how I should be compassionate to vegans and that. And
No.
when I tried to
Like-
defend myself, saying I've got nothing against vegans who choose not to eat meat and animal products, that's fine. But the minute you try and force those views onto me and try to tell me to stop eating meat, then we've got a problem. And I got accused of being uncompassionate because I eat meat. If anyone knows me, I'm one of the most compassionate people you could ever meet.
I know one vegan personally who's a nice guy. He's all right. He's cool. Everything's good. We've been to barbecues.
Same here. I know one decent vegan.
Yeah, and the good thing is, I mean, the only... It's not even a concession. The only thing is, we went on a barbecue and all that he asked was they cooked his burger first so it didn't have the meat on it after we cooked ours.
That is a very fair request.
And I thought, that's good. That's good. Every single other vegan I have ever met has been a massive prick.
See, that's just because you've met the wrong vegans. But then that's not your fault.
Well, I'm saying my experience so far has been...
That's kind of my experience as well because of where I work with the pet food thing. This is going back to whole episode 0. Is that like...
Will you fuck off doing that?
I have like some vegans that will come into work and want pet
asking
food.
for vegan
that's
cat
great.
food.
But then it's the ones that come in and argue for the fact that they want vegan pet food. They're pushing their beliefs onto their dog, and that's where I have an issue with. But I mean, I know some vegans, and you know, they're good people. I mean, fair enough, do what you want. I don't care. You can be a super religious nut. You can be Tom Cruise and believe in Scientology. You can like only eat like maize. I don't care. It's just that you've also got to take other people's ideas and beliefs into what's the word? I don't know. To mind. That'll do. Which is fine, but also take mine on board. Like Small Michelle used to come to Rock Night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just
He's changed her name on Facebook.
She's a vegan. Well, she's married now.
No, she's changed her first name.
Yeah, that's like her second name. That's her middle name. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
She's a vegan. Her husband is a meat eater. They both respect each other's thoughts and beliefs, and
that's brilliant.
Like they watch documentaries and things like that. And for she said it was 3 days, he changed his mind and he became vegetarian. But then everyone's downfall, bacon sandwich. But then they respect each other's thoughts on things. But it's like now you know, like what some animals have to go through for that meat to be on your plate. I can respect that you now know that, but you still choose to eat meat. Just like he will accept that she doesn't want to touch meat, cook it, anything, makes a gip. But you know, it's all about respecting each other's things, and the whole debate can be through anything, can be through religion or politics or anything. Just take other ideas, debate, but don't fall out over it. Just accept it. And if anything, educate the person or educate each other so that then you're taking other things away with you. Don't just build a wall, yell over it, and then hide behind it like a shield. It's like, listen to other people. Talk. Don't shout, just talk. That's all we need.
Very wise words.
I'm a wise person.
Are we still unusual, Paddy, or have we gone on to something else now?
Well, I mean, it's
I'm
kind
just
of
hoping
unusual
I've dug
thing because we're
myself
talking
out that
about
hole.
news. We're talking about like current affairs.
Yeah, but we've not said anything inappropriate or laughed in a few minutes.
We haven't. He has.
Oh, okay,
mine,
yeah.
that one's going to last forever.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of flack for that. Hey, if it gets views, it gets views. Anyway, last topic that's on the board. We're actually going to get through them all, even though this is the longest usual Paddy that there's been.
How long's it? Yeah?
We're at 100.
100?
We're at 1 hour and 33 minutes.
Wow.
Get in.
So, I mean, you know, we keep chatting.
If you're still with us, well done.
Hey!
I mentioned the other day that we need to get together and do another usual Paddy, because that's what we do. You, mine, said, are we talking about Barbie?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
What was it?
That's where he made the misspell, which is why I had to ask what he meant.
So
Are we talking about baby's baps? Was what he put.
now we're going to talk about more offensive things.
Yeah, I know this one. Basically, we're talking about subjects, and my idea was
A terrible one.
it was an article that I'd once read at 1 o'clock in the morning on the bog on a National Geographic magazine, and the idea was it was a look at the progression of Barbie's boobs and that, and it was
Has there been much progression?
there has.
Has
There's
there?
been a huge amount of size, shape, and everything, and it was the whole article was to do with something like the current cultural perception of women and some stuff there, and that, and basically
Some stuff there.
yeah. And I'd put in this thing saying, are we going to talk about? I typed down Barbie's baps.
No, you didn't.
But then the autocorrect had put baby's baps.
Which is why I put
Yeah.
Talk
so,
about what?
And I said we are not talking about that. Because, I did some incredible pun, didn't I?
I can't remember, but he said I said Barbie's baps. Then I looked up and I went, "No, you didn't. You put baby's baps." It's clear.
What was
But
he?
he's looking it up now.
Yeah, what
no.
was the truly amazing pun that I put on there?
give me a second. I've got to find it. I've got many legendary conversations.
Oh,
on
it's a no-nonsense
Yeah.
conversation.
Yes. Wasn't there an old sketch show called that nonsense? It was.
I don't know.
I don't know what videos you've been looking at.
No, it was a
It's
satirical.
different to my Pornhub searches.
No, it was a satirical sketch. I remember seeing it like
It was
long
not like
ago.
Brass Eye or something, was it?
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, it's a no-nonsense chat was what you put.
Yeah, but no,
Yes.
it was called. It was a satirical sketch. It was called Nonsense.
I'm going
and
to
it
put
was-
that screenshot on the usual Paddy thing so people can see it and read what we message.
The guy that was talking to the viewers was talking about how pedos get kids online, and he was saying about how they release pheromones through the keyboard, and he picked up his keyboard and smelled it, and went
Chemtrails
yes, I can,
and all that kind of
I definitely
nonsense.
feel more suggestible now. Yeah, it was taking the mic.
Yeah.
It was quite a few
It
years.
sounds like a Brass Eye kind of...
I have no idea what
Bro.
brass eye is.
Do you remember Brass Eye? It sounds like the kind of thing you would watch and like follow.
I know of
It
it.
was kind of like, it was made out to be like a news thing, but it was
Like
just
satirical.
all like, yeah, rub it in your face like this.
It's
a
what is
joke.
now known as fake news.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Fake
so Donald Trump. then.
news.
Oh,
Anyway,
pardon me.
we're talking about Barbie and not baby's baps because that's just so incredibly wrong I can't even comprehend it.
Especially following lesbian strap-ons.
I mean, Martin's doing a good job at offending everyone in the world right now.
Who can we get next? Come on. Bring him in.
Barbie. So, I mean, it was you that suggested this Barbie thing, albeit
Completely wrong.
autocorrect things were kind of wrong. So how Barbie, how we perceive Barbie
Yeah.
as like a woman.
Yeah, and it's like how, like...
Well, suddenly, like, not many people bend like a Barbie doll does.
I've seen some
And
videos.
her feet, I mean, she's not the perfect woman by far, because her feet are permanently in like a heeled position. There's something wrong there.
She's got some posture issues.
She certainly has. She certainly has. And she's got no nipples.
Oh, I did wonder if you were going to point that out. That was on the top of my mind that she's got no nipples.
No, and if you're going to look at her as like a woman, she's got like massive like lines where her legs bend on the doll, which it would look incredibly weird on a person.
She's got like epic tan lines. She's like bikini tan lines.
Does she also? I mean, it's been a
she's
long
double
time.
jointed.
It's
as
a long
well.
time since I've seen a Barbie doll, but she also doesn't have genitalia.
Is she
does
still
she?
a thing anymore?
What, Barbie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I presume
Barbie
so.
like dumped Ken like 10 years ago, and she's
Now-
now like
I'm sorry, what?
Barbie's no longer with Ken.
Do you remember Cindy dolls?
Yeah, I remember
the
seeing
back in, like, the
British
80s.
knockoff.
See, I remember the old joke about the divorce Barbie. It comes with all Ken's belongings.
Yeah, there's
But I
like
didn't know
whole,
they actually split up.
like pregnant Barbie and things like that. But the thing is, even if there was a pregnant Barbie doll, her like leg is in like a weird position, and they always say that
I
pregnant
think I
women
remember
shouldn't wear
hearing about a
heels.
pregnant Barbie doll.
They should wear flat-soled shoes. I could be wrong. I'm not pregnant. I've never been pregnant.
If I remember correctly, from what I remember hearing, and please viewers, feel free to correct me if I'm messing up any of this, which I probably am.
Oh, they're too busy like slating Martin right now.
There was a Barbie doll who was pregnant, and she had a keyhole in her belly, and she came with like a voucher type thing, and you sent the voucher off to the company that Barbie comes from. Is it Mattel or something like that?
Yeah,
with a bit of cash, and
a bit of cash.
I can't remember how much it was, but they would then send you back a package which came with a little baby for Barbie, and a key that you would stick into her pregnant belly, and it deflates it. I need to look this up, but I swear to God that's what I read
Please,
somewhere.
no one jab a thing into a pregnant lady's belly in expectation of a baby to just come out like a barn door.
No, the idea was you had the baby, and the key was to deflate her stomach to give the illusion that she'd had the baby.
Well, I mean, she's a poor. I mean, taken to the point as how people perceive women, it is incredibly wrong how that is perceived.
Wasn't there research
Barbie?
summit that if
Have you seen real life Barbie?
I was going to say if Barbie's proportions were put into a real life woman,
Yeah,
she
there's
wouldn't be able to
people
live
that
or
have done
something.
it. There's people that have
They've
done
done
it.
it.
They've done it. They've had ribs taken out. They've had huge pubes put on. They've got Botox all over the face. It looks like a beehive has just gone on in there. And you look at her and go, if that's what Barbie is supposed to look like as a person, that is the most unattractive thing ever.
Well, you can't really argue that. It's a non-argument.
Just put real life Barbie into a popular search
Well, it's like-
engine.
I'm at it.
You've heard of, like, you know, the Bratz dolls?
Oh yeah, with the big
Oh,
head.
yeah.
Where they are specifically designed. They're not designed after a real human being, are they? It's like Trolls. Who looks at one of them and think, I know one of them, he lives down the road.
Have you watched Toy Story? There's trolls in that.
There's also a weird spaceman who thinks he's got a spaceship made of cardboard, but, you know...
He is, but even though he thinks he's real, always stands still when people are looking.
Which made me come to think, is that a voluntary thing? Oh, but then again, they willingly break it with Sid, don't they? So it must be voluntary.
Them toys see everything.
Yeah. That's what I found.
No, there was an actual person that had plastic surgery to make her look like a real life Barbie doll.
Oh,
and there was the same with a Ken as well. It's
Oh,
like
that
watching The
dude's
Only
weird.
Way is Essex.
You what say?
So it's like something out of The Only Way is Essex.
Every time you say the name of that show, an intellectual person drops down dead.
Well, wrong kind of people. Sorry, we're all silent as the other two
Whoa.
are Googling it.
That looks more like anime than Barbie.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's the same kind of perspective, isn't it?
The whole living doll, it's weird. It's unusual.
Well, this is Martin's topic, so I want to hear him fully delve into it.
Are you
No,
sure
I was
about
just
that?
curious. I mean, the initial thing came from, like, the National Geographic, so it was properly serious. We're just talking about weirdos that have plastic surgery.
But no, the
Now I've offended everyone who's had surgery.
well,
You're
no,
on a roll
I mean,
tonight, aren't you? Let's just
Anyone
offend
else?
everyone.
Jessica
Yeah, pick 'em.
Negri. You don't want to offend her.
Offending isn't the thing I would do to her.
I would Jessica her Negri.
Oh, don't. Let's not go down this road, please.
I knew
Jessica,
Martin was
if you're
going to say it.
listening.
I just got there first.
But, I mean,
Ooh, do you think we can get Jessica Negri on the show?
oh, if only.
Well, not now
I mean-
that I've just said that, probably.
Yeah,
She's a very amusing person.
we can
I
get
don't like her on just
we can
for
get
her
her
comedic
lawyer on with
value.
the restraining
I can
order.
blame her for my Swedish fish addiction.
You
Swedish
what?
fish. Swedish fish.
Have you not seen when she has Mail Mondays and people send her Swedish fish and she always goes nuts over it?
You need to go to IKEA because you can buy bigger bags of Swedish fish.
I
from
decided
there.
to try Swedish fish and now I'm hooked on them.
They're kind of like fruit sweets.
Yeah. They sold them in that American store on Dean Road before it shut down. Sharon bought a bulk load and gave them to me as a Christmas present.
Whenever you
They're
go
all
to
gone.
IKEA, also when you go to IKEA, you can
Yeah,
get
we don't have an IKEA
you
here,
can
and
get
I don't
elk,
drive.
you can get elk sausages. You don't have to cook it. You can make.
Do you mean actual sausage meat made from real elk?
Yes.
Wow.
More
But that's
elk
just like venison,
and a
isn't
bit
it?
of pork. but they're really nice.
But isn't that just
Next
venison?
time, whenever I go, I'll pick some up.
Please
I'll give them
do.
to you. But elk sausage, great.
I would love to
Tastes
try
really
them.
nice. Yeah, good talk. Good talk. Me.
Anyway, Barbie's proportions.
No, I mean, what are the new Barbies? Are there any new Barbies out lately?
I haven't got a clue.
To be completely fair, it was about 15 years ago that I actually
Will
read
one of
this
you
article.
Google it about any
No, he's
2018 Barbies?
Like
Say,
hipster Barbie.
If she's still
Ki-
going.
Kieran is not showing any interest in dolls, and Astrid's too young.
But it's like
so-
the whole like from our way, like how Action Man,
Action Man, the greatest hero of them all.
I
God,
had
I remember
men.
that.
I don't have a six pack.
That's one of the things that I like is
Like
when-
who
was
wants
there
a
anything
six
then?
pack?
Oh yeah.
Who wants a six pack when you can have a keg?
Whenever
Which
you
is what I
get
have.
Saying that,
Which
I
we
would-
all have.
cosplay goals, I do need to trim down if I'm ever going to pull off Krieg or the guy. Behave!
you did that yourself, Jamie.
No, you interpreted it. What I said was innocent.
Oh, I seem to have like a mild nosebleed going on right now.
My
Working
phone's
with
been
us too,
terrible,
I'm not
won't do it.
I
surprised.
suppose it's a stress of working with Martin right now.
I'm a legend. I'm a complete.
Have you seen any new Barbies?
It's being poo and it won't work.
Oh,
My
for
phone's
fuck's
internet.
sake.
Oh,
Just carry on
Come
chatting.
on, Jamie. You sure? It means I have to talk to him.
I had one Action Man ever growing up, and it was virtual reality Action Man who had like
Oh, I wanted it.
who had like a massive feck off camera on his shoulder.
Say, I saw a great Action Man at a car boot sale about a year ago.
Go on.
Because he was there just in his pants, in his stereotypical pants.
Was it just some dude stood behind a table and some
But
budgie smugglers?
he had a woolly jumper on and a PS90 submachine gun.
So it's
they're
like-
like the really shorts.
So it's like
Those.
90s terrorist
He's
Action Man.
a tactical Superman in his woolen
Oh
jumper.
my god.
I thought that was great, and I nearly bought it just because I thought it was so amazing of him just in his pants, but in a woolly jumper, holding a submachine gun.
Nordic Commando or something.
Yes. I thought that is one super tactical, warm. I say warm. He wasn't wearing pants. He wasn't wearing trousers.
Right, the most recent news I can find about Barbie is back in 2016. They released a whole range of different Barbie dolls with different skin colours, hair colours, heights, body sizes, tall, petite, curvy.
I see now.
So she's
they're-
more inclusive,
Yes.
basically.
Oh god, don't say that.
I knew that was going to piss him off.
God, I'm not gonna that if you
Good.
want
Don't.
if you want me to offend everybody,
Too late.
don't just what's
No,
the
no, careful now.
I can feel the
We-
hate
we-
rise within you.
We've already overtaken the hate quota for this episode.
Oh my god, this is exactly the kind of thing that in 10 years time Patreon's going to deplatform you for.
Yeah. And I'll blame you for it. Well, that was interesting. I suppose that kind of wraps this episode up. Myself, as Petrol Man, apologises to anyone that Martin has offended.
Well, I think we should
I'd
have
like to double down on that
we should
apology.
have like a listener poll where people should send in suggestions for who I should offend next.
Oh, let's not do that. Please.
Oh god, I would like to apologise to all the lesbians out there. I have nothing against you, but
Well,
vegans can feck off.
No, that's not right. That's not right. I want you to apologise,
I'm not apologising. to
even if you don't mean.
I'll
just-
apologise. I'll apologise to lesbians. That's the
Because
thing.
you're basically saying like all vegans are scum.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying I'm not apologising to
You
them.
said vegans can feck off. That's pretty self-explanatory.
It doesn't necessarily mean you're scum. I understand you can feck off as well, but I don't mean that you're scum by saying that.
To be honest, that's probably the nicest we're going to get out of it.
Yeah, it is. Martin's the stubborn one of the group. I mean, he's standing by his beliefs. It's just that he's more closed-minded.
Outspoken about it as well.
Say we've got like old-style saloon doors, whereas me and Jamie walk through the saloon doors with them both open. you kind of just like walk through one side of them.
No.
Keep the other one shut.
I would essentially smash through them and the entire saloon would go quiet and everyone would glare at me until I left.
That happened to me once in a McDonald's. It was uncomfortable. More on that on a later date. Anyway, we're all signing off now. This has been tremendously long. So it is bye from Jamie.
Yo, see you later.
Bye from Martin.
Goodbye.
And bye from me. And we'll see you next time. Bye.